Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today we are back on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 54 and we're currently over here outside the Mumbo Jumbo, ready to start recording another video. And I've got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it is good to be back. It is so very good to be back. For those of you who don't know, I've been having some pretty serious computer problems recently. My graphics card basically fried itself out of existence. I don't know what's happened to it, okay, but it's 3 years old now. It was an HD 7970 graphics card. And I guess just 3 years of relatively intensive use has basically destroyed it. It took a dump and died on the Thursday in which I was recording the Hermitcraft episode, and sadly that meant that there was only one episode of Hermitcraft last week, which is a bit of a shame, but I guess every cloud does have a silver lining because I have got myself a beast, okay? I really did go overboard here. It might be just a little bit overkill, but I got myself a GTX 980, an overclocked GTX 980. It's got a base clock of 1200 megahertz, got some crazy specs on the thing, 4 gigabytes of video RAM, and that means that now I play Minecraft at 3,500 frames a second. Is that useful? Not in the slightest, okay? There is absolutely no way I can differentiate between, say, 120 frames a second, which is what I used to get, and 3,500. In fact, my screen refresh rate isn't even that high, so it doesn't really make any difference to my life, but it certainly does feel good to be in the thousands when it comes to frames per second. So like I say, it's a little bit overkill, but it is a beast, and it does run other games extremely well. For example, Grand Theft Auto 5 runs like a champ. I've been playing a little bit of Battlefield. Team Fortress 2 is, of course, extremely smooth. All of these things are just going extremely well. So I'm very happy with the purchase. It's an absolute beast, and it's just monstering its way through all of my games. But anyway, that's enough PC talk, okay? I know that some of you probably aren't too interested in computers and falling off your chairs with boredom right now. What are we actually going to be doing in today's episode? Well, the first thing that I've got to do is I've got to fix up this room a little bit. I saw the comments in the previous episode of Hermitcraft, a lot of you guys moaning about it. Basically, we have got 1 high sea lanterns on this side, did that in the live stream, and we have got 2 high ones on this side, and it looks a little bit of a mess. So I'm going to start things off by clearing all of this up. I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Right, well that was a very quick job. That was like a 2-minute thing at the very most, and now this room is actually done. I can't think of anything else that really needs doing. There's of course a few little odd jobs to do. We've still got the fence post to do, and of course all of the breeding, because at the minute, you know, a 4-animal farm, it's not particularly impressive. In fact, I wouldn't even class that as a farm, particularly. If I went to a farm and they only had 4 animals, I'd just be like, you've got pigs as pets. That's not particularly impressive. So yeah, we've got to do a little bit of breeding there. But as far as the actual room is concerned, we've got everything we need. We've got the pixel art, we've got the cool walls, we have the fan-dangled redstone down underneath. It's actually looking pretty good. So we're going to be moving on from this one, and I want to show you guys something. This might make some of you extremely happy, alright? This is going to make some of you just overjoyed with happiness, I hope. Yep. The chicken farm has been fixed. It's been annoying me recently. I don't know what it is. I've been walking through the room and I've been going, you know what, that's pretty disgusting. I need to change that. So finally, this room is now also looking complete. So not only are the animal pens now looking good, this room is looking good. This room is looking good and always has looked good. So yeah, everything is now coming together. So we have completed 2 rooms within the first 4 minutes of the episode, and it only took a couple minutes. How easy is that? I wish all projects were as easy as that. So now that I've got those 2 tiny little projects out of the way, it is time to crack on with the meat. The proper stuff, you know, the meaty bit of the episode, what we're actually going to be working on for the duration of this one. And that is going to involve clearing out this area over here. You can see I've done a little bit of work already, mined through the wall. We are going to be continuing on this pathway because I really like this area down here. Don't know what it is about it, just really like this place. And we're actually going to be making another set of animal farms, and that is because I really enjoyed this project. Seriously, one of my favorite projects in a long time, and I want to do something similar once again. So first things first, I have got a little bit of clearing to do, but more importantly, I have got to do a little bit of planning. I need to work out the dimensions, where everything is going to go, my ideas in terms of what I want this build to look like. So I'm going to start doing all of that, and then I'll see what I can come up with. Time for a lightning fast explanation of how this is going to be working before we get into the time lapse. So here's the deal, okay? First off, we have got strips. We're going to have a strip-based sheep farm. They're going to be standing on grass. That means they'll be able to munch on grass whenever, and they'll be able to replenish their lovely woolen jumpers and things. But they're going to be standing here. We will have a redstone activated switch. We can flick that on. All of the water will come on. The sheep and the wool that we can shear will travel down towards the middle and into a hopper and a chest in the center so that we can easily pick up the items. Don't have to worry about any of them being dropped down. So that is basically the idea. Obviously, this thing is going to be pretty big because we've got 8 blocks on this side, 8 blocks on this side. So that means that each strip is 17 blocks long. We are going to have 4 strips on either side, meaning that we have 8 strips, which isn't every single color in the rainbow, but I doubt I'm going to be using most of them. So we're just making use of what we got. And of course, that means that this area is going to be a pretty big area to clear out. Okay, we have got a lot of mining to do because we have to go all the way from this side up to that end over there. And we have to go all the way from this to this. So yes, I've got a lot of mining to do. It's only just dawned on me, but I do have a lot of mining to do. So that means this third person time lapse in time. I'm going to grab my camera account and let's begin.
Guess who's back?
Well, we absolutely rocketed through that one, so we now have a huge area to work with. I mean, look at this place. What can we do in here? There is so much room for activities. We could park a jet in here. We could hold a rave. I'm running out of ideas, guys. Let me know down in the comment section what you think I could do with this space that is more exciting than the sheep farm. But of course, we are not here to do exciting things, sadly. You know, that's what we're all about on this channel. We're about doing boring projects. And of course, this project, I'm just kidding, by the way. If you agree with that, then I'm disappointed in you. But yes, we are going to be working on the sheep farm, and the sheep farm is going to be awesome. Okay, we're going to try our best to make this thing look absolutely amazing. So I'm going to end up my way up here because before we start work on the sheep farm, there's one very small thing, just absolutely tiny thing that I really want to do. You know, it's been playing on my mind over the past couple days. I feel a little bit guilty about it. So we're going to have to head up to the surface real quick. Now, some of you actually noticed this in the previous episode of Hermitcraft. I saw a few comments pop up about it. For those of you who were paying close attention in the time lapse where I was destroying the Doc M77 killing machine, you may have noticed that little Timmy the chicken, he got destroyed. He got completely obliterated by the anvil. I felt absolutely terrible. I took out the wrong piece of redstone, and before I knew it, that anvil was in midair. It was just hurtling towards him. There was nothing I could do, and I watched the poor little fella get absolutely obliterated. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to create a little tombstone for the guy. So we'll just place some things in like that. Yeah, you know what? That will do. I would say that I'd bury him, but seriously, there was very little left of the little chap. So let's just chuck this sign down here. R.I.P. Little Timmy. There we go. You know what? I think that does him justice. I really do. What a lovely guy.
So she said, what's the problem, baby? makes me want to turn around and face me, but I don't know nothing about love. Oh, come on, turn a little faster. Come on, the world will follow after. Come on, everybody's after.
So now that we've got all of that emotion and all those awful feelings out of our system, it is now time to get back to work on our new sheep farm that we're building. So I have done a tiny bit of work here, okay? It's absolutely minuscule, but I'm just trying to work out where these strips are going to be going. Of course, I have sort of planned that, but where these strips are going to be going and how it's going to be working, okay? Because my first idea was that the strips would be flush with the floor like this, and then we would have our panes of glass around like that, and it would all be good. But the problem is that some of the wool could fall down the side like this, perhaps like on the side of the block, like that, and that means it wouldn't be able to be picked up by the water, wouldn't travel into the hopper at the end, and that means that we wouldn't be able to get the items, which is no good. So what I've had to do is I have had to raise up the dirt just a little bit, okay? So it is now 2 blocks high like this, and then what's going to happen is to keep all of the sheep in, we're going to have the same old glass panes going right the way around like this, and that means that if any blocks fall through this gap, they are literally just going to land on the floor, and that means that we can just walk along and pick them up. I think that's a good idea. Is that a good idea? I'm going to say that that is a half decent idea. Or at least it's the best idea that I've got in the minute. So that's going to go right to the end like this. Then we'll have a dispenser facing in this direction up on the end. So let's do the other set of glass planes. Might as well get it all done here. So that goes right the way across. Just like that, and then of course we're going to have the hopper in the middle that will be picking up all the items that flow into the center. So that is how that one's going to be working. Now of course, obviously all of the sheep will be able to jump over these glass planes, so what I'm going to be doing is on top of these things, I will quickly start chucking down some half slabs. I know we're going to be using half slabs once again, but what this should mean is that we can actually walk off this pathway and onto these top sections, and then we should be able to easily shear all of the sheep from above, which could make life just a little bit easier. But that is essentially the plan. That is how all of this is going to be working. Fingers crossed this functions just as it does in my mind. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start chucking in some more of these strips, get them dotted around everywhere, and then I'll catch you guys in a little bit. So, 1 strip has turned into 4 strips. We now have dispensers. All of them have water on the inside of them. So now what we have to do is we have got to link all of these things up. And I thought while we do that, I would have a real quick chat to you about something that's been on my mind. Because this is something that is pretty important, okay? This is going to affect Hermitcraft episodes, so you best be all ears, okay? Open those ears up nice and wide so you can hear what I'm going to be having to say here. Because as you guys know right now, it is exam season, right? It is exam season. I'm sure that most of you have exams right now. In fact, because of my audience, you know, my percentages of age groups in audiences, I would say at least 70% of you have exams right now. And if you don't, okay, if you don't, seriously throw your hands in the air right now, because you are one lucky person, okay? Exams, seriously, exams, they are one of those things that I cannot wait to not have them. Essentially, I really can't wait to not have them. But exams are time consuming, and that is a bit of an issue for someone who is a Minecraft YouTuber who likes to spend a lot of time on their videos, because it suddenly means I've got a lot less time to spend on my videos. And that brings me on to my next point. I have been playing with the idea of bringing back the mini Hermitcraft episodes. Now, I did this last year, and it actually went down really well. Some of you guys really enjoyed them. The mini Hermitcraft episodes were great fun. We did a bunch of small projects. Essentially, they were just condensed Hermitcraft episodes, about 12 minutes long. We just worked on one slightly smaller project, and we got everything done nice and quickly. And yeah, you guys seem to really enjoy them. I enjoyed recording them as well, and they did sort of take the pressure off a little bit. Here's the thing, okay? The pressure isn't on quite as much as it was last year. I don't know if I can be bothered to explain all of it, but essentially, this year is my 3rd year. I took 1 extra year in college, not because I didn't do well. I actually did absolutely fine, and I got myself a place at university, but it's simply so I could continue doing YouTube without the added pressure of university, because YouTube and university probably don't go together particularly brilliantly. So I thought I'd just do a 3rd year at college, see how the YouTube thing went, get myself some extra results and things. But yes, I've got myself a place at university. It's an unconditional offer. I'm guaranteed a place, so I am going to be going there in 2016. I'm taking a gap year as well. It's all complicated, okay? But essentially, these exams that I'm doing this year aren't such a big deal as the exams that I was doing last year, which means that I have a little bit more time. So what I've been thinking is maybe I could do one mini Hermitcraft episode a week, maybe on the Thursday, and then I could do one normal Hermitcraft episode a week, maybe on the Sunday. How does that idea sound? I think it sounds pretty cool. But anyway, we have done all of the redstone. I want your feedback on that, by the way. Let me know down in the comment section what you think to that idea. But I'm going to stop waffling on here because we have finished up the redstone, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that this is going to work, okay? It's looking good. Yes, it has worked. All of the water has been dispensed on all of the grass, and that would push all of the wool across like this and down into the hoppers that are going to be over here. Let's just hit the button once again. Everything has been retracted. Happy days, happy days. I have finally managed to do some redstone correctly on camera. Ah, that is cause for celebration. I have absolutely no idea what this means. I really hope I'm not having any more computer problems. I've had enough of them. After twiddling my thumbs for the best part of 20 minutes waiting for the Minecraft servers to come back on, I've hopped back on here to find that everything is looking a little bit dark, and more importantly, I just saw some green feet. Oh, there he is. Right, so let's try our best here. Let's not lose it. Ah! Oh, that was so very close. Oh, I thought we were a goner. Right, I have got to do some faux serious lighting up here, because by the look of things, we have been compromised. So now that I've got all of that mob fighting out of the way, it is time to finally hook up both sets of sheep farms. You can see I've got this side, and I have got this side as well. Both of them consist of 4 strips, so you have 2 strips there, 2 strips there, 2 strips there, and 2 strips there, and they are all connected up using redstone. We just have to do the interlinking piece. Now this is not 100% set in stone because, let's face it, it's looking pretty ugly at the minute. Let's just chuck ourselves down a stone button, and I'll give it a quick once over, just make sure that no water is going to spill out and destroy all of my fine redstone, but it should all be okay. So fingers crossed. That side definitely works. We know that side works, but let's take a look at this side. Yes, that is looking promising. It is all reaching the end. That side, oh, we've had a spillage, and it's destroyed the redstone, just as I said. I can't believe it. Right, okay, so it looks like we've had a tiny bit of redstone breakage there. Let's just replace that repeater there, and replace all of this redstone here. But other than that, it's all looking good. It looks like it is functioning, so let's just hit this button once again, and we should see that all of the water has been retracted. Excellent news, excellent news. The system is up and running. Our sheep farm is now working. We just have to place in all of the hoppers now. And just like that, everything is completed. So we have our hoppers running into the central chest. When all of these dispensers are turned on, all of the wool that is on the floor will just travel across like this, go into these hoppers, drop down to the chest, and we can pick them up nice and easily. And if any of the drops fall down the sides, we can just walk down like this, picking up all of them. We are going to struggle a little bit to get the ones down the central section, and I might have to come up with a way to get through into there. Perhaps we could have an added water stream that runs it into a hopper, but other than that, I don't think it should be too much of a problem, and I'm not going to worry about that one too much. Now, one thing that I am just going to point out is that I am having some really strange computer problems, believe it or not. When am I not having strange computer problems? But this time, they're pretty bizarre, okay? And I sort of need your help on this one. Basically, when Minecraft is open, I can't type properly in Skype. I press a button on my keyboard, and it takes about 5 seconds for that key to appear in the Skype text chat. That's a little bit annoying. Also, when Minecraft is running, YouTube videos suddenly go really slideshowy, as in the frame rate drops really low, and it's really quite frustrating. It means that I can't watch YouTube while playing Minecraft on my other monitor, and that's something that I quite enjoy doing. So if you wouldn't mind getting all tech supporty down in the comment section, that would really help me out, because I am struggling a little bit. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for today, ladies and gents. I know we have built quite a bit in this episode. We have managed to clear out this gigantic area. We have got the new sheep farms, and it's all looking cool, but it is still looking extremely ugly. So in the next episode, in theory, we'll be doing all of the decorating, and it should end up looking really quite good. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.